Namaste, my beautiful queens. This video is for queens. You know, my beauties, my goddesses, how I call videos like this. I call them, I am working against myself as a tarot reader, but I am doing my job of twin flame, because the thing is that the funny fact, my beauties, is the more of you understand what I am trying to give you in the videos when I do not use the cards. The thing is that as soon as you understand clearly, truly, deeply, you accept and embrace and get at what I'm trying to tell you in the videos where I'm not using the cards, then what's gonna happen is you no longer would require the cards, unless of course it's the zodiac readings. So to see what's gonna be happening in the next months for your zodiac, those I have just started to do on my Patreon, and they're going to be available there on Patreon, the full readings for zodiacs. But in order to watch videos like that, you might still watch my channel. But the thing is that when you will not longer require readings of does he need me, does he want me, does he love me, will he do something, will he not do anything. Why? Because you will clearly understand the simple truth of what man does is exactly what he means. Recently I have discovered, it's a very thin book, you see, it's a very tiny book by Bruce Bryans, which is called He Is Not That Interesting, He's Just Passing Time. The funniest thing is I doubt that any of you don't know these things, but the thing is, my beautiful queens, is that I receive even what you have to understand. What you have to understand that, of course, there are many books like this. He's Not Just That Into You came about 20 years ago. This is written very simply, like you can open it up like that and simply read what things you have to be aware about. For example, it says he doesn't have a job, career, or some sort of legal pursuit that adds value to the economic marketplace. He rarely calls to make plans, but prefers to text you all the time. And you can open any and you will read the one here. For example, he is only there for the fun stuff and the good times, so on. Most of you are familiar with this. So why am I trying to explain still this type of information? Because the truth is, the simple truth is, my beautiful queens, is that there is no such a thing which sounds like most of your emails to me. It sounds like this: he gives me mixed signals. There is no such thing as mixed signals, because mixed signals is a very clear signal. So he's not that interested, he's passing time. Here he puts 40 the behaviors of men which will never commit to you and which simply play games. So none of the things which are written here you don't know, but somehow still we wasting tons of times. And as I already repeated, if you know it, then you're not gonna watch the videos, will he call, will he come. But what you have to clearly understand, and he writes in this book, girls, you know what? Men don't have commitment issues, and he's a man. They don't really have that commitment issues. And he writes it, at least not in the way most women think men do. When please hear me. Please hear me. When a man tells you that he has commitment issues, I'm not ready. He writes it all in here. I'm not ready. I just been recently divorced. I've been brokenhearted. Before he gives you excuses. So, if a man using different words tells you that he has commitment issues, there is a great chance that he really means what he really means is that he's not that interested in you, and he's just using you to pass time with unit he meets someone better. And I don't want you to feel down or devalued when something like this happens. When a man is not interested in relationship with you, he has so-called commitment issues. His commitment issues are nothing more than an excuse to waste your time first and to reap benefits of your decision to stay with him in order to what? See where things are going. If you staying to see where things are going, very possible things are going nowhere. You see what I'm doing? I am giving you information which, if you understand, you will not require my service or my channel anymore. Still, I call it doing my twin flame job, because this is what we are here for, to do the job, to make you understand your value, your uniqueness, your shine, and to help you stop wasting time for those who don't deserve you or not interested in you or not giving you what you would want in life. The respect, the commitment, the compassion, the kindness, the empathy, the right actions. Actions of a man is everything. So, it's at this point where many women make one of the worst dating decisions possible, as they choose to remain with a half-interested man. So when you remain with so-called half-interested men, or the men who just pass in time, you just get yourself into the case, because you start to hope that over time they will, understand that you're the biggest treasure of their life. Women think that they will be able, like he says it here, to lure him into serious commitment. The biggest reason, girls, why men pull away suddenly is losing interest. And it is not a reason for you to feel down, because all of us do it. Oh, he lost interest. I already explained so many times, and here I am not even talking about manipulators. But men manipulate. Unfortunately, they see an opportunity to have some fun. He wants to talk to somebody, he can come to you. He wants to have sex, he comes to you. He wants to just be listened to, and he wants to, maybe he's hungry and you're a great cook, he comes to you. You fooling yourself, you thinking that you have a chance, but in fact, all this in, out, mixed signals, so-called hot, cold, closer, further, all of those are the clear signs of that this man must be, as I say, take magic eraser on Amazon and erase him out of your life. You are wasting time, heart, emotions, feelings. The biggest reason why men pull away or suddenly disappear or become cold, they are passing time. And do you need a man who is passing time? So why? Women often wonder why men pull away and lose interest very often, and he writes about it here. Looks like you are in relationship. It looks to you sometimes you are even in a blossoming romance, and suddenly suddenly he's gone. There could be, of course, tons of reasons why a man might pull away. But the most common reason for his loss of interest is this: he wasn't that interested in you to begin with. This is a repetition of that bestseller, He's Just Not That Into You, which later they made into a movie. In general, even though men are more than able to commit to a woman once certain conditions in their life are met, they will not directly inform you when you are not the right girl. Many of you tell, why the hell, there is another issue, why the hell he didn't tell me at the beginning? Because most of them, 80% of them, will not directly inform you when you're not, in his mind, the right girl for them, or that now it isn't the right time for them to take a woman seriously. Why? Because men are opportunistic. So what it means, he sees the opportunity to use you, he will grab it, especially if you give it to him on a silver platter. So when it comes to dating, a lot of guys will not even hesitate to take advantage of a dating situation that reaps high rewards, which gives him what he wants without him giving nothing back, with very little effort from his side and all of the efforts for your side. How to avoid getting involved with men or dating men who will keep you unloved and unclaimed and unwanted. This book or the similar, He's Not That Into You, no matter which way you look at it, even though men don't really have commitment issues, they don't find it necessary or in their best interest to inform a woman when she's nothing more than a beautiful distraction, a way to earn the respect of his friends or himself, or if he's a narcissistic type, or just a target to sharpen his, seduction skills, or just to entertain himself, to play. So why to waste time on that? This is the ugly truth, girls. I said many and many times, girls, actions of a man is everything. No actions is a clear sign. But there is another problem. Some of them, maybe 2% of them, actually tell the truth, because I've done the requests for reading in which men would tell a woman the truth. He would tell her, listen, I love you as a friend, but I am not romantically in love with you because I've just been in a relationship. I'm still going over my ex. I don't want you to think that we can have something. So some of them, very rarely, 2% of them, will be honest. You know how women react to this honesty? Instead of just taking it and simply, okay, let's be, somehow a woman thinks that he's afraid, that he's brokenhearted, that he needs time. So on the one hand, we say, why hasn't he told me that he's not into me? And if he does say, those 2% of men who do say they are not that interested, then we start making excuses, thinking, oh, maybe he really does love me, maybe he needs more time. Why we ourselves getting ourselves into the cage of excuses of non-existent situation? This little tiny book, what you will get an inside look at how a man thinks and interacts with a woman when he's not that interested in her. The source of male behavior, girls, is actually very easy to spot if you know what to look for. It's extremely difficult for a man to waste your time and treat you like a short-term plaything without exhibiting certain unmistakable behaviors that clearly communicate that he's trying to keep you interested, but as he writes here, unclaimed. What you get inside of this book? The seductive language men use when they will not commit, but they want to discourage you from wanting a committed relationship. How quickly learning this one thing about him can tell you if he is unoccupied to handle serious relationship. The pattern in a man's dating history that immediately tells you he is not gonna commit even in a million years to you. How to avoid being confused by men who might love you. Sometimes it even happens. But he would never make you your life partner. What is the main question you go for when you watch the readings? Does he love me? Or does he like me? Or does he want me? This information, which all of you know, but some of you might not realize that this is what it is. It makes you stop, losing sleep, like, oh, but is he serious? Does he like me? Does he want me? So on. When you know these little things, everything becomes easy. Is he the one for me? Or will he be with me if he's a Mr. Right? Red flags. What are the red flags which you see instantly? Because men are easy. When you know the pattern of their behavior, they are easy to read. How to tell if a man is still in love with his wife, ex-wife, his ex, and he is his ex-partner, and he's just trying to distract himself with you, but he's still in love with her. What is the bottom line? How not to waste time. I am just going to, those of you, of course, who have Amazon, access to Amazon, most of you do, just get it. It's very inexpensive, but I will just open it up and I will just read you some of them, and you will see how easy it is to spot. He is emotionally unavailable. He is emotionally unavailable right now, number one. He hides information from you. I will just go over the book and you can read it all in here. Number 3, you are always the one to initiate contact. Many of you make this mistake. Have you ever found yourself as the initiator in a relationship where you were always the one to call, text, or email? Do you remember how foolish you felt the day you realized that your enthusiasm to get in touch with someone you wanted to be with was not mutual? I remember. We've all been there, most of us at least, and it's a terrible feeling when you realize that if you got kidnapped, the other person probably wouldn't know until your picture showed up in the news. Consider it a clear red flag that you are just an option or a girl to pass the time with if you are always the one to initiate contact with a man. Why? Because when a mature man, is enthusiastic about a woman, he makes his presence clear and consistent through his willingness to get in touch and keep in touch with her. As I say in my book, Never Chase Men Again, it's his another book, as the relationship between you and Mr. McDreamy begins to develop, it will be your best advantage not to always be the one who initiates contact between the two of you. If you find yourself in a position where you are predominantly the first one to text, call, and make plans, you are playing the ugly game of chase a man. Letting a man dominate the initiation of contact is the only sure way you can gauge his level of interest in you. I mean, how many times this was written, how many times this was told by so many psychologists and so many coach specialists, why we still do that. You see, like, it's simple truths. Number 4, he's not eager to proactive about seeing you again. You see, again, simple things which just help you avoid wasting time. He doesn't introduce you to his friends and family. I have already told you, it was the advice of that psychologist. I made a video which is called Don't Listen to This If You Want the Truth. Of course, girls, I can make 20 videos of is he thinking about or this. No contact. What is he thinking? No contact, no calling, no text, no nothing. He doesn't give a damn if he doesn't do anything. How many times I've said actions of a man is everything. Lack of action of a man is everything. But yet there are not thousands, tens of millions of you, millions of us who are wasting time, not just several months. You know, if it was just wasting several months, it would be not that tragic. Queens, years. Okay? Years. I have given you an example of a woman in third-party relationship. 27 years of waiting. Another one, 23 years. Wasted life. The entire life which had been wasted completely. 23 years, 27 years waiting for a man to divorce and commit to her. Never did. None of them, not that one, not that one. What is sad is years of wasting. I received this. We're not in contact for 12 years. I want to know what he still feels. I look at the cards. He forgot her existence. She's nowhere in his life, thoughts or feelings or nothing. Because if she was in his life, feelings or everything, he would have her in his life. This is why, girls, I am doing these videos, because what hurts me physically is you wasting not months but years. And these are such simple rules. He doesn't introduce you to his friends, so he keeps you a secret. I gave you an example. Imagine you have a very beautiful dress which you really, really love. And imagine that you only wear it in the middle of the night when no one sees you. Does it make any sense? So if a man values you and considers you a beautiful addition to his life, he would want to brag. He would want to show you to everybody, to his family, to his friends, and say, she is my treasure. You see, very simple things. I will not be able to tell you all of them, of course, but you can get this book. 6, he doesn't show you any interest in meeting your friends and your family. Means, you know, he doesn't care what you are, what you love, what you don't love, what your friends are, what your interests are. Does it mean he's interested in you? Of course not. Number 7, he withdraws emotionally or physically at the mere talk of commitment, or where you ask him, where is this going? This is one of their methods of manipulation. Girls, please do not miss my videos on manipulation, because it's crucial for you to know it. It's easy to see, easy to spot. But somehow many of us don't do that. And of course, he explains all of them here. Number 7, I will show you several. Number 8, he's stubborn beyond reason and inflexible to any changes in plans that might ruin his well-structured life. This is another thing about also used by manipulators. Number 9, he clearly tells you that he's interested in seeing other people. Huge red flag. Humongous. Why you girls why you agree to such humiliation? Why you don't simply erase such a man from your life? He clearly tells you that he's interested in seeing other people, or that he'd like to keep his options open. As soon as you hear that, this has to be out of your life. Number 10, he prefers to conceal you from the world and refuses to take you out on real dates. Is it difficult? Is it something you never knew? I am sure you did. Number 11, he goes to great lengths to avoid any kind of PDA, public display of affection, it's called. Next, chapter 2, you are dating a man boy. He clearly calls to make plans but prefers to text you all the time. 13, he doesn't have a job, career, or some sort of legal pursuit that adds value to the economic marketplace. It's an immature man. He rarely, if ever, follows up on his words. This is narcissistic as well. And manipulator, they never true to their words. They give you promises they never gonna fulfill. Number 15, you learn that his past dating history is aligned with adoration for women that were clearly unattainable. He seems more in love with being in love than actually loving you. See how many of them I will be able to show you. The way he treats you is inferior to the way he treats others. And there are 40. Any plans he makes with you are last minute. So he didn't have any better option, so he got you. He disappears. I've made a video of manipulation. This included that. He disappears for days or weeks at a time without any sort of reason, or if he does have a reason, it is a flimsy, selfish one. I like this. I was busy at work, so your phone fell into the Niagara waterfall. You were so busy. Girls, please don't buy this excuse, I've been busy with work. You cannot be busy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, constantly busy. He's constantly busy. He cannot even text you, my love, I'm thinking about you, I'm very busy, I will call you later. Please stop buying this bullshit. Girls, please stop wasting your time with a man who don't deserve you. Number 20, he fails to treat you with respect. How many times did I say that? He fails to treat you with respect, and he does not respond kindly to your deliberate acts of love. We'll be showing you a couple more. He has unreasonably high standards and expectation for the woman he dates, but he doesn't want to give her nothing what she deserves. He only there for the fun stuff and good times. He's not there when you need him. You've been dating for 6 months or longer, and none of his long-term plans seem to include you. Chapter 3, games men play to get their way. He only spends time with you when there is an opportunity for physical intimacy. He finds major fault in the insignificant and criticizes every little thing you do. This is manipulation and this is narcissist. More often than not, he threatens to leave you whenever you are in the middle of relationship conflict. How difficult is that? He does not believe in titles. He loses interest in you whenever you lean into him, and gains more interest in you the moment you withdraw. He keeps you close enough to give you hope. Here goes again manipulation, a narcissist manipulator. He keeps you close enough to give you hope, but far enough to keep you unsure of where he stands, while using ambiguity to maintain your infatuation with him. And the third one, the 31, he is hell-bent on changing some aspect about you, appearance, friendship, career choices, or that he can't truly love you unless you change for him. This is narcissism. This is narcissist, psychopath, manipulator right here. He tries to cut you off of anything else but himself. And then when he squeezes you dry, he's gonna be gone. Girls, what? He uses language that conveys his unavailability. Look at this. I am not relationship material. You are too good for me. Sometimes you're good to be true. I really like you, but I don't want to lead you on. I am not ready for relationship, but I can't stop thinking about you. Aha, bullshit. I don't want to ruin what we have. I am a bit too intense in relationship. I don't want to scare you off. I don't think I was clear enough, so on. Easy. When you know these things, very easy to avoid heartbreak if just simply to know it and pay attention to it. This is all, my beautiful queens. Again, here is the author Bruce Bryans. You can get it on Amazon and on Kindle as well. Please don't waste your time on those who deserve you not. Namaste.